Here are 3 tips for new construction home, plus a bonus for you if you are in the Houston area. So let's go. I am Melanie Baran with JL White Properties, my home in Houston. I am so glad you're here. If you're considering buying, selling, or building in the Houston area, make sure that you like this video and you tap subscribe so you get all the information that you need on your home buying journey. So let's talk about these 3 things plus the bonus info, because you could be watching this from anywhere, but if you're my Houston people, there are a couple things that we want to talk about too. So here are some 3 tips for you. First of all, the first tip or thing to know is that the builder is 99% of the time going to have a preferred lender that they're going to incentivize you to use, or they may even require you to apply for a pre-approval with that lender, even if you already have a pre-approval from an outside local lender. I love our outside local lenders, have some great relationships, and they've taken great care of my clients, but the builder may actually require you to apply for a pre-approval even if you already have one. And let's talk about why. The builder's already built the home, right? Their number one concern is whether or not they are selling the home to a buyer who can actually buy the home and who can finance the home, because most construction homes and most homes in general are not bought with cash. If you have $500,000 cash and you want to buy a new build, I'm more than happy to help you out. But for the rest of us, we're getting a home loan. And so the builder is concerned, their main concern is whether or not the buyer that they are going under contract with can buy the home. And so they're going to either incentivize you, encourage you, or even require you to apply with their lender in order to go under contract on that home. And if you don't have a lender already, then a lot of times they are going to be able to offer you financial incentives to go ahead and use their preferred lender, because it's better for the builder. Things go smoother for the builder if it's a lender that they already work with a lot, know, like, and trust. Number 2, you actually can, and it's recommended that you do work with a real estate agent. And you're probably like, Melanie, well, obviously you're going to say that you're a realtor. Well, yes, I am going to say that. I am a realtor. Those are true facts. However, the builder has real estate professionals on their side in this transaction. The builder rep, which is that initial sales rep that you're going to talk to when you go to a new build community, they are there to represent the builder. The construction manager is there to represent the builder. If something goes haywire and there are lawyers, the builder has lawyers, right? They are a lot of times, if you're doing a custom build, those may be smaller family corporations, but these are big corporations that you're buying your home from, and everyone that you encounter in this process, as lovely as they may be, and I know some great builder reps, their job is not to represent your best interest. Their job is to represent the builder's best interest. And so as a real estate agent, not only do I have my initial licensing classes and my initial licensing test that less than or around half the people passed the first time. I did, but around half people don't even pass the thing the first time because it's so difficult. Like, we're professionals and we're licensed for a reason, and that is to provide you with our fiduciary duty, which is to put your best interest above everybody's, even our own. The builder's rep, again, they're great people. That's not their obligation to you. So you're going to be recommended to have a real estate agent. You absolutely can have one. The builder is a lot of times going to be the person who compensates the real estate agent with a commission. The builder is going to be the one who has already put that amount of money into the price of the home because they're planning on that being an expense of theirs. And so you're typically not going to save any money not having a real estate agent. So lender, you are going to be encouraged to apply with the builder's preferred lender, and you could even be required to apply with the builder's preferred lender if you want to buy in a particular community. 2, real estate agent. You're going to want to have one on your side, and the very first time you go to a new home community, they're going to have you register. You need to put your realtor's name on that card. If you don't have a real estate agent yet, stop visiting communities until you call or email me. Even if you're not in my area, I've got a network of agents I can refer you to help you have somebody on your side. So your lender, you can absolutely have an outside local lender. You may be required to apply with the builder. Realtor, highly recommended you have one on your side because the builder's got all these people on their side, and you want someone who is a real estate professional looking out for your best interest. You're going to want to register. When you register the first time you go to a new build community, put their name on that card. And then also just know that the builder is the one that compensates typically the real estate agent through a commission, not on your end. The third thing that you're going to want to know about is a multi-phase home inspection. So what that is when you buy a pre-built home that somebody's already lived in, you will typically, I'll always encourage my buyers to have an inspection. You'll have an inspector who is educated and state licensed and all those things, go through the home top to bottom, literally floor to roof, and make note of any and all defects, code deficiencies, anything like that, safety issues that could affect you as you live in that home. With a new construction home, you have that same opportunity, but you have more of an opportunity because you can have that done in multi-phases, where the inspector goes out before the foundation is poured to make sure it all looks right. The inspector can go out before the drywall is put in, and then the inspector can go out right before you buy the home, and that's gonna be like a more typical home inspection. But the pre-drywall inspection is really great because that's the only time you have an opportunity to have an inspector out there before the walls are closed in and you never see behind the walls again. And you don't have that opportunity when you are buying in a like a resale home, like the home I'm sitting in, that's our house. We didn't have opportunity for them to take all the walls off and look inside the walls. And so that's just an opportunity for you, a tip for you. It's gonna cost you each time the inspector goes out a few $100s, but over the lifetime of your home, if that prevents big issues or even small issues that add up over time, that's gonna be money well spent, compared to repair costs, and just for your own peace of mind that you know that this is going to be a really great home, because it is a big purchase and you want to make sure that your big purchase is amazing. Okay, so those are those things. And I also told you, for my Houston people, we've got another tip for you. Before we get to that, make sure that you go down in the description of this video where I have a link to a new build or new construction home guide, and you can click that link and find like a whole guide that I have there for you. But now let's get to the Houston stuff. My tip for my Houston people is check the zones. And there are two zones in particular that I am talking about. One, flood zones. Houston, Gulf Coast, all the hurricanes, right? Not all the hurricanes, thankfully, but a good number of them in the 34 years that I've lived here. So you just want to double check what the flooding situation is, what the flood zone situation is. Are you going to be required to have flood insurance? If you are, and if you are in a flood zone, what features has the builder built into the community to mitigate flooding? So flood zones, check your flood zones. And flood insurance will also add to your monthly payment, and so you want to keep that in mind as well. Two, check the school zones. And know that school zones, zoning can change. You know, if you bought a home in Shadow Creek Ranch 15 years ago, the school that you were zoned to 15 years ago may not be the same school that you're zoned to now. And so if schools are part of your family dynamic, then you just want to check that. You want to check, and a lot of the new build communities, especially on the 288 corridor, are planning for and building in community elementary schools, but then you'll still have junior highs and high schools that are not right in your neighborhood. And so you just want to know, what school district am I zoned to? Because different school districts have different taxes. What elementary am I zoned to? What junior high am I zoned to? You know, in Friendswood, you've got Westwood Bales, and you've got Klein, and you've got Winsong, but they're building a new Klein, and so the zoning in Friendswood is going to change over the next couple of years. You just want to know not only what is current, but if there are any updates that you know of or that anybody knows of that are coming in the next 5 to 10 years, if the school zones is of a particular interest to you and your family. So that's what I have for you. That's all the things. Make sure that you like this video, subscribe so that you get all the information that you need on your home buying journey. And I hope something really great happens to you today.